Welcome everyone to Brian's Action Figure Reviews. And it is time for that one thing that every action figure reviewer does. It is my top 10 of 2021. My top 10 action figures, of course, of 2021. And of course, these views, as I always state when I'm doing these, are my own opinions. They're not fact, they're not anything. I will pick some terrible ones that people will hate. I will pick some great ones that people love. But at the end of the day, it is my top 10. This is an opinions game, so time to play. So here we go with my top 10 action figures of 2021. I will say these are all released this year as far as my own brain knows. But yeah, here we go. And at number 10 for me is the Jazwares Halo Master Chief. For me, I never owned a Halo figure before, and I wasn't like I have a small video game figure collection here, and I didn't feel like I wanted to splash out like €120 for the Sentinel version of this figure, which is amazing, which is a Japanese import. I think Sentinel is the name, but this Jazwares Master Chief is absolutely fantastic. It really looks the business. It is 7" in scale. And yeah, look, it's battle damage and everything. And as I said in my review, it's probably the best Halo figure you can get in this scale. And there is a bunch of more of them as well. So yeah, number 10 for me is Master Chief. And I am, of course, as well, I'm not 100% sure this was released this year, but this is when I got it. So it gets into my category for that. And at number 9 for me is the Transformers Studio Series Wreck-Gar. An absolutely fantastic figure straight out of the Transformers animated movie from 1986. They have caught the likeness and representation of this character absolutely beautifully. And it's the only one, like, I know I will have another Transformers figure in this list coming soon, you'll know, and you'll see that soon. But this is the only one I was tempted to buy two of, because they got the vehicle mode and the bot mode so right. He's absolutely brilliant and a worthy addition to any Transformers collection. I had never owned a Wreck-Gar before now. I had seen the Generations one and I didn't buy it because it didn't look great. But this one is absolutely brilliant and I would recommend it to anybody. My number 9 figure of 2021. And in case you haven't figured it out by now from my selections, I am a child of the 80s. And this NECA TMNT Android body Krang is absolutely perfect. I've always wanted a figure of the Android, and you often got figures of Krang in the little walker thing, and they never quite like filled the void, because this guy was awesome. He looks so dumb and so silly, but also so good. And this NECA Android Krang, which I only got, like, I think it was in August, it really hits the nail on the head. You even got like a little horrible little Krang brain in there with his own little controls and things, and the figure itself. And it comes with a ton of accessories as well, including a bat towel, which is the most random, but he actually does use it in the animated TV show, and it's just great. So that is my number 8, the NECA Toys Krang Android body. And at number 7, not the most popular guy in the world at the moment, or has been for a long time, but Hulk Hogan was someone I always disliked as a wrestling fan down through the years, the Hulkamania years anyway. I was always more of an Ultimate Warrior and Macho Man fan. But when Hulk went to the went to WCW and formed the NWO, that was a massive moment in wrestling, and I always enjoyed that because I was a big fan of Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, and the three of them together, they really started an awesome era in wrestling, bringing it into the mainstream and all that kind of stuff. And we never really had a proper NWO Hogan. I know the Storm released one, an unlicensed one a few years ago, which I have, which is really good. But WWE were just about to release one, and then Hulk Hogan's racist tirade was revealed, and that was cancelled. But eventually they have brought him back into the fold, and he's apologised. Not that I believe that, but anyway. The WWE Ultimates figures are excellent. They have proper articulation, unlike the Elites. And this probably is the best NWO Hogan we are going to get. And he comes with a load of accessories. Obviously, I don't have them here, but I do have him reviewed on the channel. You can search that. And he looks really, really good. So delighted to have my NWO Ultimate Edition Hulk Hogan, which is my number 7. And for number 6, this is the first Marvel Legend on the line, and it is from the Thor Ragnarok Marvel Legends Infinite series, and he is absolutely massive. Now, I just want to show you guys quickly, this is what a regular Marvel Legends size is, but I had to put him in here because when I bought him, I was absolutely blown away with him. I'm still blown away how awesome he is. I don't buy movie figures, but we're unlikely to get a comic version of Surtur in the line. If we do, we do. Or maybe they'll re-release it on this mold. But when I saw him, I just had to buy him. He was just, and I'm just blown away by the articulation, the height, everything. A fantastic figure and worthy of anyone's top 10 of 2021. So that is Surtur, my number 6. And in 5th place, my only SH Figure Arts figure on the lineup. This is from Dragon Ball Z, and it is the Dragon Ball Z Super. Is that right? Dragon Ball Super Hit, who is the time skip assassin from Dragon Ball Super. And I was delighted to get him. He's a really, really cool character. A new character as well for Dragon Ball Super. And I've been waiting for a while to pick him up. And he really does look great. Absolutely spot on. Nailed him. And I was delighted to get him. He's probably one of the best figures of the year. Of course, there was the Ginyu Force as well. They were really good as well. But this guy stands on his own for me. In a year where I have kind of lessened off a bit in the Dragon Ball figures, this guy was a huge standout. So that is my number 5 hit from Dragon Ball Z and SH Figure Arts. And at number 4, we are in the deep water now. It is my favorite Storm Collectibles figure of the year. Many people will have suffered PTSD and nightmares from playing Mortal Kombat 3, trying to beat this centaur boss known as Motaro. And when I saw Storm were doing him, I kind of expected them to do him because they've been doing the bosses. They did Shao Kahn, they did Goro. They're going to be doing Kintaro next year as well. And Motaro, I was wondering how they would do him. And articulation-wise and scale-wise and sculpt-wise, they absolutely knocked him out of the park. He is fantastic, one of the best figures of the year. And not only did they give you Motaro, they also gave you this acid skeleton as well, which is really, really cool. And who has all his own articulation as well. You can literally sit him on his back. But this Motaro is fantastic and will go brilliantly in any Mortal Kombat collection, or even fit in with Mythic Legions and stuff like that, because it is in the 7-inch scale and it is fantastic. A class figure, and I'm surprised it didn't sell as well as it did. So yeah, guys, Motaro, number 4. And at number 3, we are in the real nitty-gritty now. Number 3 is the Marvel Legends Pulsecon Venom. For me, Marvel Legends have taken a lot of shots at making Venom, and they've missed the target several times, and they really had never gotten it right. For me, though, this Venom is exactly what I wanted anyway. It is the animated series version. There's some awesome colors on him. They finally used the proper body, the Omega Red body, and for me, it's the best version of Venom they have ever done. And it really, for me, has nailed him. I don't think I need another Venom. This is the definitive one for me. And with Venom being a big favorite of mine, this goes huge for me. And that's why it's made it into my top 3 of 2021. A fantastic figure. Yeah, maybe a little pricey, but in my opinion, it's worth every penny. And it came with an awesome box as well, which I have here. You can see there. Looks really, really cool. So yeah, Venom, my number 3 of 2021. And at number 2, like most kids, I was a massive dinosaur nut as a child. And when Jurassic Park came along, that changed everything for me. I absolutely loved every single one of them. And with this Amber collection that came along, I wasn't going to buy one of these, really. I wasn't really interested in dinosaur figures because they'd never really made them properly, or no articulation, or no space or scale or whatever. But with the Amber collection, I was shown this by a few people, Bruno, Richard NG, to name a few, and I said I would try one. And when this one came, I was absolutely blown away. It is a fantastic figure. Take away the stand for a second, and you can literally get him into so many poses. Definitely one of my favourite figures of the year. My second favourite, I think, is Fair as well. A fantastic figure. Like, some people have bought multiples of these. I would love to, but I just don't have the space. And of course the price, they're a bit pricey too. But this Raptor is fantastic. And I would definitely recommend anyone to even get one, just to see what they're like. What I did. And I don't know where to put him in my collection, but he's so cool. Just even to look at him every so often, it's one of the best figures I've ever had. And that's no low praise. So that's my number 2. And finally, number 1. The second figure on the list from the Transformers Studio Series 1986 Transformers movie. It is Galvatron. And yes, I know people are going to say, but his arm was messed up when it arrived. The fact that he's my number 1 says it all. Even though the arm was a mess up, Galvatron for me is an iconic character who I have always loved since I was a child. It was the first time, I would say, as a child, where I was watching that I rooted for the villain, because I loved how charismatic he was and how crazy he was and how weak our leader Hot Rod was. But no, this figure, I've had Masterpiece third-party versions in the past, but this one, it scales with all my other collection, which is a massive thing for me. I have to have figures that scale together. It annoys me otherwise, I don't know why, but this Galvatron nailed it, and I'm really, really happy to have him. And yeah, he is definitely my number 1 figure of the year. Yeah, controversy, right? But let me know what yours are in the comments, guys, and let me know what you thought of mine. And if you haven't been here before, please do the nice thing and subscribe. I thank you for watching. I thank you for listening. And hopefully, guys, we will have a better 2022 with more awesome figures. Of course, there are already hundreds of pre-orders out there for next year's figures as is. And we will see you on the next one, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you again. Bye.